Dueling Wal-Mart documentaries are set to be released in the next few days, and since the target of each is the world's largest retailer, you can be sure the PR machines on both sides are gearing up. The Wal-Mart wars are not a new thing, so what prompted these two filmmakers to come up with opposing films, and how will they be received by the public? Joining us now from New York, Robert Greenwald, director of the new movie Wal-Mart, The High Cost of Low Prices, which opens in limited release on Friday in New York and Los Angeles. And in Atlanta, Ron Galloway, director of Why Wal-Mart Works and Why That Drives Some People Crazy. Gentlemen, a pleasure to have you both with us.
Thank you.
Hey, Sue.
Mr. Greenwald, let me start with you. Why did you decide to make this film?
A neighbor of mine got hired at Walmart, and he was telling me about being hired there, and I asked him and congratulated him because now he'd be able to get some health care. And he explained to me, well, no, the policy was too expensive and too difficult, so he couldn't get health care. But the very nice managers at Walmart were helping him fill out forms so that he could get state aid. Mm-hmm. The fact that I was having to pay a Walmart tax outraged me. And this was before the good folks at Walmart Watch got that memo out in which even Walmart concedes they have a very serious problem because of the number of employees who are receiving government aid around the country, and we, the taxpayers, are paying the Walmart tax.
Incidentally, did any of the funding for this film come from Walmart Watch?
No, it did not.
It did not. All right, Mr. Galloway, you take the opposite view in your documentary, although I have to admit I have not been able to see either one. They have not been released quite yet. So why did you decide to make your version of your film? And the title is quite catching, Why Walmart Works and Why That Drives Some People Crazy.
Well, the way I started was I actually saw David Faber's film, and I got fascinated by the logistics of Walmart. I went to Georgia Tech, so I'm kind of a wirehead that way. But the more I looked at it, the more I realized the story is bigger than that, and there's a whole sociological component that goes along with Walmart's sheer size. And I began to get fascinated going to Mr. Greenwald's website and other websites about why so many people were upset with the company. And I decided to look into it for myself. And one quick point on the healthcare issue, in my film I have a young lady who was on Medi-Cal in California, couldn't get health care and never saw a doctor until she got on the Walmart health plan.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's terrific that Mr. Galloway found one person. Now let's talk about the other million-plus employees. And I would encourage Mr. Galloway to read the Walmart memo. They themselves talk about this as a critical issue for them, and it's the highest issue of dissatisfaction among all their employees is the health care plan they have.
Mr. Galloway?
That is a big issue. The number that's bandied around a lot is that only 47% of Walmart's employees are on the Walmart plan. The fact of the matter is 87% of Walmart's employees are covered by something, whether it's a spouse's plan or Walmart's plan or even Medicaid.
Yes, they're covered, but that's our money. That's my taxpayer money covering employees who should not be receiving it from a corporation that made $10 billion in profit. The 47% is not bandied around. That's a number that comes from Walmart and, again, is in the memo, which I strongly encourage you to read. It may want to make you change your film.
No, I read it, but Walmart is a cash cow for the government. You know, even if the numbers that people claim about Walmart receiving from the government in terms of people getting their health care from the government are true, Walmart pays $22 billion in federal taxes, and by my estimation generates $40 billion in federal taxes from their vendors.
That brings us to a central point, gentlemen, that I'd like you both to answer if you could. And Mr. Greenwald, to you first. At the end of your film and the end of the research that you did, given the good and bad points about Walmart, did you conclude, or do you conclude, that net-net, Walmart has been good for America and good for the American economy, or not?
No, Walmart has been devastating. They're driving us towards a suicide economy. It's very, very destructive in total. And what the movie does is connect the dots around personal people. This is not about statistics ultimately. It's about human beings who are bleeding, who are being hurt, good, solid American family businesses decimated by Walmart.
Mr. Galloway, I assume that you take the opposite tact in your conclusion.
Yeah, you can't make things unless somebody's going to buy them, and Walmart is the most efficient seller of products to these people. They've been a huge driver in the economy. McKinsey said that they were 15% of the productivity gains in the 90s.
Mr. Greenwald, is that not a valid point in terms of innovation and the way that Walmart, not necessarily business practices, but the logistics of doing business? Has Walmart not kind of revolutionized the way the country moves merchandise, moves business, its inventory? I mean, it's pretty state of the art. Has that not brought some improvement?
Absolutely, and I couldn't agree with that part of it more. They are groundbreakers in that, and I would love to see them use that ingenuity and that good, solid American smarts for the benefit of our country. They could be a phenomenal positive impact on every single one of us if they chose to. And the Walton family, remember, they control 40% of this corporation. I can't believe they want their legacy to be this kind of pillaging and taking advantage of the American people.
Mr. Galloway, how does Walmart turn the conversation, which is very hot right now because of the recent move that they made on their health care, how do they turn the conversation more in their favor?
You know, the one problem I have found with Walmart is that they are so focused on what they do, delivering low prices, that sometimes they can't see the forest for the trees. And I think they're now beginning to realize that there's a more political aspect to their business out there. But I think they've been so focused for so long on what they do, they just hadn't paid attention to getting their message out.
Well, Walmart is spending $3,800,000 a day just for propaganda, not to sell anything, by the way.
Have you seen their commercials?
Yes,
they're not all that good.
Yeah, they're horrible, but they're just doing that. And I say, take that $3,800,000 a day, use it for employee health care. Boy, would they see a difference in the perception of their corporation.
Gentlemen, I'm looking forward to seeing both films, and we'll have you back. Good luck.
Sue.
Thank you.
Thank you. Robert Greenwald, director of Walmart. The high cost of low prices